What is going on, everybody? Your McLaren Speed Shop World Champion coming at you with the finale of the RP Law series. For me, I kind of want to just combine everything and put a little bit of a fun little finishing touch here on my journey here with RP Law. And yeah, shout outs to the One Piece Discord and the RP Law discussion for everything. And yeah, coming up with the name of this build, the Law Hats. Something I thought was super clever and wanted to keep, and pretty much was why I put this deck together. It was mostly just because of that name. I thought it was cool. And the Law and Luffy alliance lives on in with my deck. So key little changes from the previous videos is I got rid of Ace and put in Luffy, and yeah, only because a couple things is I just like to play very aggro. Whether you think that's good or not, it's just my personal preference. So Luffy helps me out being able to play aggressive like that. But I mean, if you like Ace more, then you can make it work as well. So there's not really a big difference, I think, personally, of between whatever you want to go with. It's just all personal preference. And yeah, I threw in, we got the Wano search cards as well, just because with the Law Hats build, we can get almost everybody in range with this. The chances are pretty good. And yeah, I threw in this Gum Gum Jet Pistol just for fun. I don't know. Again, overall, probably still need to tweak the numbers here and stuff like that. But for me personally, this is fun. This is a fun build that I like to use. So yeah, it's just, again, any build, my number one thing with RP Law is, after putting in however much time this has been over the last couple weeks, learning the ins and outs of this deck, I don't think there's one build at all that is just superior to any of the other RP Law builds. I personally just think build around your playstyle preference, whether that's aggro, control, even defensive. You can make any of them work with Law. So don't think seeing my deck list right now and think yours is bad, or that mine is bad, because I don't think any build with Law is bad. It just comes down to you personally and how you play it. Because our deck, it's funny to me, our deck, we run 0 counters, but our deck is literally a counter deck, because we're all about removal of what our opponent plays, and our opponent we need them to play stuff first, so then we can remove it and then play our stuff. So it's super interesting in that aspect to me. So you can make anything work with Law. You just have to adjust to who you're playing with. Again, we know how to beat ENEL now. We know how to beat Purple Luffy. We know how to beat Sakazuki. So you can make any build as you're putting together your final Law build. You can make anything work. And that's what I think is awesome. And yeah, thank you guys for coming on this journey with me. The support's been sick. Reading all the comments and getting feedback, especially the ones of different situations and stuff I can play. I appreciate that, because overall I'm still new to One Piece and stuff, and this deck is super technical. You got to make a lot of on-the-fly calculations and stuff like that, and I am just a human, so I'm definitely gonna make the mistakes as well. But yeah, you guys being able to point stuff out, giving me constructive feedback has been sick, because we're all on the same team here. We're all RP Law gang. We're all trying to win and make this deck work. And regardless of the feedback and stuff, just being able to see the different thinking processes of you guys and how you play has helped me be able to see just different angles for my own personal deck building and stuff like that. So it's been super great, and I appreciate you guys so much for all the help and support over the last couple weeks. It's been great. Whether it's just comment section or if you're in the Discord, it's been awesome. But yeah, nothing too crazy. Just want to give you guys the build here, and we'll go into a breakdown of how do we beat us? How do we beat RP Law? If you get the mirror matchup, how do we take that on? And honestly, it's kind of similar against Sakazuki, because we're playing against a removal deck. So you don't want to put out one character a turn at all. You do that and they get out 2, then you lose. Again, you just straight up lose against ourself if you fall into that. So pretty much just going into honestly, unfortunately, it just kind of comes down to what you draw. Like opening hand. If you draw like a good hand, then you're gonna beat them. If you don't, then you're probably gonna lose. And like vice versa. Like if they draw a bad hand and you have like decent stuff, you'll win. Because it's just a race of who's gonna exhaust the resources first, and whoever has the characters out is gonna win. So for my advice for the mirror matchup, similar to Sakazuki, your turn 2, just whack them for 8,000, or if you're going second, even whacking for 9,000. Literally in the mirror matchup, just mirror them and what they do, because it kind of comes down to who's going to play what first. And you're basically both going to be stalling each other out. So turn 2, you're both going to probably attack each other straight up, 8,000 and like 9,000. And then the turn 3 then turns into playing 2 characters. So turn 3, whether you're going first or second, you have to be able to put down 2 guys. If you can't, then you're going to have to I don't know, make some crazy stuff kind of work. Like you can still make it happen. You'll have to attack them again for like a high level power. But unfortunately, that's kind of the mirror matchup. It's super situational of what your opening hand is, and then you just have to adjust to what you can with your opening hand. But yeah, same stuff against Sakazuki though. Do not put out 1 character a turn unless you have multiple characters already set up on your board. Like if you have that, then you're okay. But if you don't, if you're only putting out 1, you're gonna lose. You have to put out at least in the beginning stages, like turn 3, you have to put out at least 2. Whether that's you going first and putting down 2, or whether that's you going like second and then them putting down 2, and then you still have to remove 1 and still put down 2. So then it just turns into a big trade fest, and it just goes down regardless. Your game's just going to go down to who runs out of the resources first, because neither deck is built to go long. So if you have the stuff to be able to stall out your opponent, just that 1 extra turn, honestly, you'll win the game. And yeah, it's just taking calculated chances with your counters, because in this matchup, your Sanji, like if you're running Sanji, is just going to become a counter 2000, which is kind of nice, because you can use him to potentially keep a key character alive, or early game potentially do a cheeky little like block out to kind of reset the trades there. But yeah, that's pretty much my overall game plan. Very similar to Sakazuki. Number 1 rule, do not put out 1 character at a time, especially if you don't have anyone in your character area. You cannot put out 1 or they will be gone. You have to put out minimum 2 unless you have stuff built up, and then you can put out 1. But you can't, early game, you cannot put out 1 character or they will be gone. Like, and then also end game as well. You know the weaknesses of this deck. They're not going to have any counter cards. They only have a couple that are going to be 2,000. And by the end game of the deck, their resources are going to be depleted. So don't be afraid to just take shots as well, because you know what generally the other person is going to have and how successful the attacks are going to be, and that they won't have that many counters. If they're using them to block out, you'll be able to beat them. Because again, if you get them, especially early, if they're burning these other characters, that's huge. Because again, if you're able to deplete their hand, it's over. Like, it doesn't matter the ability or how much down they have. If they have nothing in their hand, they can't do anything. So yeah, just kind of, you just have, again, unfortunately, it's literally a big game of chance in the mirror matchup, whether you're going to win or lose. It's just what you get in your opening draw. And yeah, my biggest advice, same as Sakazuki, do not put out 1 character early game. It'll be gone and you'll waste crucial resources. You have to put out at least 2. And early game, honestly, just mirror the mirror. Just mirror what they do. They attack you, turn 2, 8,000. Or if you're going first, you attack them, turn 2, 8,000. Like, same kind of thing. Losing a couple life early is not bad, because it gives us extra cards in our hand and gives you more options. So yeah, that's the biggest game plan against Law. Pretty similar to Sakazuki. Against any removal deck from now in the future, literally just do not put out 1 card a turn. You have to put out 2, because this ability, again, they only can bottom deck 1. So that's all you have to kind of worry about, and you just have to adjust how the game goes and whatever variation you're playing. But yeah, that's game plan breakdown to beating the mirror matchup. Thought it'd be fun to put this together as my little like sort of finale on the RP Lost series that I put together. And yeah, just want to thank you guys so much for all the support and being along this journey, helping me out so much with learning the game better. And yeah, this is my favorite deck. It's just so much fun. The RP Law gang in the Discord is great. Anyone new, if you want a pretty cool community of people that give you advice and you talk to, definitely suggest joining the Discord. And I'm pretty frequently in the RP Law discussion section as well. So yeah, you just want to hang out, ask questions, feel free. You get a bunch of different like, it's super cool. Like there's so many different people that play differently to me in there, and it's awesome to me to be able to talk to everybody and get their perspectives and stuff like that. So, but yeah, thank you guys so much for joining us on the RP Law journey. And let's jump in, see if we can find a match against ourselves, and so I can break down kind of what to do. All right, here we go. Law v Law. Let's see what deck build they got running here. So what do we have? I'm all right with this because we got 2 Gordos, so I feel like that's pretty big, and we kind of have to keep this. But my approach, for the most part, going up against the Law is basically the same as Sakazuki. Is we're just in a trade of who's going to be able to hit who. So yeah, they're doing 8 on 5 because obviously we're not blocking out of that. We need some card action here, and we'll probably just return to the same thing because yeah, there's not really a point of doing anything else. So attack him for 9, because if I only can put out 1 this turn, so let's go for it. 9 on 5. Basically, again, in the mirror, we're just gonna do the mirror. So they take the hit there, which is okay. And let's see what they do. They have 5. And then, but yeah, we'll see. I might, depending on what they do here. Let's see. It's pretty much a who blinks first kind of thing. So they're attacking us 5 on 5. I'm gonna go no blocker, and I think I'm gonna use Sanji and block out of that. Just because, again, leader aggression here. So yeah, he only puts out 1. Wait, why do you use the ability? Alright, he just totally misplayed that. Oh, okay, never mind. He just used it to get out 2. Okay, interesting. So we got that. We have 6. I'll use Gordo, drop him down. So we'll deploy Gordo. And this is where it begins. This is where the fun begins, right here. And I could just straight up match that. I could throw down our guy, and then do the 3, get rid of Kid, and bring out someone else too. So yeah, let's do it. So we'll bring out ours. 1, 2, 3. Get rid of him, and then we're at 3. He's at 4. Perfect. We'll get out this, and then we'll throw this on here. We'll launch a little attack. Oh, he's got Sanji. He's got Sanji as well. Alright. We almost have the same exact deck as from what it is looking like, so we'll see. We both trade out Sanji's there, so we're literally dead even on all this. He's got 6 life. We have 6. So he can get rid of one of them, and then he's going to attack 2 on us. So it's pretty much going to turn into like a board control thing. So yeah, there's Gordo onto our Kid as expected. So playing out Zoro, interesting. So Kid's gone, and he's throwing down Sanji. Okay. So 6 on 5. I'm okay with that. we get our own Sanji. And then 6 on 5 as well. I could block this. Because I don't want to... He's going to be able to attack. We got to get rid of this dude. And then we can scoop Sanji or Zoro. We'll probably scoop Zoro. Maybe. Let's just see what we get. Okay, fine with that. So draw a card, draw our Don. So we got 8. Basically what we're going to do here is attack here. I have another search. And throw down this Zoro. Let's see if I can search. If I can search another Zoro. I could play it on 2 Zoros. And we could low-key maybe win the game if we went for it. All on this turn. Because that'd be 6. Well, he'd have to burn something, yeah. And then I'd lose the game. But I could still play 2 Zoros and overwhelm him on the field, so let's do that. Okay, we don't get a Zoro. We get a Kid, though, which is pretty good at this stage of the game. Which might save us. So, yeah, let's bring out Kid. And then we'll probably throw Kid down as well. Get a little block up. And then we just kind of got to rely on what he's got in the heart of the cards there. So we'll deploy. Or, wait. I have this with Luffy. So 5, 8. I do 5. Throw that down. I'm trying to think of what is the best play here now. I might have just goofed. I might have just goofed it a little bit. We have so many options. So we have 5. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I can go 2 on these guys to attack him. Might be the play. So let's do that. We'll attack this guy. 7 and 5. Okay, we get rid of that. So now, if I play Kid down to block, I can still attack 5. And then we can get another person out. Or down. So let's do that. Okay. So they take the life hit. So do we... Yeah, Kid... Because the best I gotta do is Zoro or this, but then if he blocks one, I think we have to go with Kid. So throw down Kid, then use our ability. 1, 2, 3. Go to this guy. Do another blocker. Because where are we at? We're at 5, so we'll be at 7. What's he at? He's at 3. So this doesn't really help us. Because the next turn we can get both of these. Yeah, I think that's our movie move there. And I kind of goofed. I could have... Well, the attack went through anyway, so... And yeah, that is all we can do. So... See what he's got here. We got 2 blockers, which is cool. And ideally, he only can remove 1. So we can use the other for whatever. We have a pocket Sanji. We have 3,000 to potentially, like... block out of. So what has he got going on here? So 6 on 5. So he's attacking us with that. If I'd use Sanji to block it, then he has to go for that again. And then he doesn't know we have this. So let's use Sanji to block out of that. So we can't get rid of our boys, and we hopefully get them to waste resources right here. Alright. Gamma knifed our Kid, and he's going to get rid of Kid, which is fine. Throws down his blocker law, which is fine. And then I Okay, 7 on 5. We gotta lose him here, unfortunately. So resolve our attack. But crucially, we still have 1. We still have 1 here. We get another Luffy. Don't need him right now, but I can go Gordo, get rid of him. Gordo, get rid of him. I can play Rush Luffy for that. So 5 right there. But yeah, let's Gordo at first. Deploy Gordo. Onto this guy. Do I want to go Rush Luffy for 5? And then Zoro as well? And then we go for the game? I think so. So deploy this. Use our ability. 1, 2, 3. Get rid of him. Deploy Zoro here. And how do we want to do this? I have 2, 6. So we do 3 6s. I could get rid of this guy just to be safe. But more than likely, he's not going to have enough. So we have 4 on 2. We just have to hit him 3. Let's just see. Let's just do a little test, see what he's got. Okay, 1 Otama. So if I get rid of this, there's not really much he can do next turn. Regardless. So yeah, let's just throw 1 on here. Attack that. Okay, okie dokie here. And then we'll do this. Attack here. Alrighty, so let's see what he's got going into. This is pretty much it. We'll see what happens. If he's got any rush Zoros, then we're in a bit of a pickle, especially if he gets rid of this. But we'll see. We got him. He's only got 4 Don, and we got the Don advantage going into our next turn regardless. So if he can't pull anything out here, we win. Because again, he has to, regardless, unless he has some like insane event cards, I guess. But even so, he doesn't have the resources, I don't think. So 9 on 6. I'm probably just gonna block that, yeah. So we'll just do that. All right, well. What do I want to do here? So I could leave the 5. I'll leave 5. Yeah, let's just put 1 on Luffy. Attack. Crazy he did that. 1 on our guy here. Attack him. Dang, that's nuts. Okay, he takes a hit there. And we'll go for this. Wow. Okay, he's stalling out the game big time, I guess. All right. Well, that's all we can do. Very, very interesting moves here. Well, okay, yeah, they got the different variation. See what they can do, I guess. Not exactly sure what. Okay. All right, yeah. They were just stall it out. But yeah, there's your mirror matchup with us running the Law Hats, the Rush Luffy, which I just like. Personal preference for me in my playstyle, I like Rush Luffy just because you get into these end game turns and the fact that you can just go for it is what I like. But again, if you don't like playing this playstyle, Ace, as I've showed in the other videos, Ace setup is so super good. It's literally just down to your personal playstyle preference. For me, I just like playing fast and like aggressive, so this is probably a variation of what I'm gonna go with. And yeah, I want to show you guys how to beat yourself as well if you're playing it. Again, the mirror matchup for the game plan for the most part is the same against Sakazuki, where again against any removal deck, whether it's like now or in the future, more than likely they can only, you can't put out one. You can't put out one character. And then the mirror matchup, honestly, the first turns you just mirror what they do. And again, it just kind of goes into, for the most part, whoever kind of blinks first and puts down the characters. They went for it early by using the ability to put out 2 people, which was smart. It was a good play. But we were just able to, we had the stuff to be able to counter out all that. And then again, you get the chance, especially going up against us. You should know we don't have any counter cards, and you know what again, his trash, the cards that are plus 2,000 are Sanji, Otama. He got 3 Otamas, 2 Sanjis, which is kind of nuts. And then yeah, for us we got 2 Sanjis too, so crazy. But yeah, going up against us, when you're attacking, you have the knowledge that they probably won't have any counters. If they do, it's a pretty crazy variant, but it is what it is at that point. But yeah, just know, you know your weaknesses, and if you're going up against yourself, you should know what to expect kind of when you're attacking and stuff like that. And then yeah, anytime, again, you board wipe, and it just turns into whoever can build up their board quicker than the other person will win. And we were fortunate in this one to be able to do that, especially with our rushy boys. And then we still have this. We had a good balance set up in this matchup. But again, it just kind of depends. You just have to make a judgment call early if you need to put the cards down first or not. But ideally in that situation too, for me, how I was playing it, since we were going second, is I was just going to react to whatever they do. And that's why I also blocked out with Sanji early, because if it turns into just trading blows, if you're able to block a sneaky one, then you can just trade blows back to get the life advantage early. But yeah, it's all situational. Going up against yourself, it's fun. It's fun because it's like you know what to expect, and you know it's like kind of coming, and then it's like, well, and then you kind of know ahead of time if you're gonna be able to counter, like actually beat the setup based on what's in your hand. So that's kind of the cool thing about going up against ourselves here with the RP Law. But yeah, again, for the general breakdown, going up against RP Law though is literally just like in the mirror matchup, you just kind of got to mirror what your opponent does, and you just have to make a judgment call. Like, I don't have the exact answer for like early turns, because it depends on what you have in your hand. Like if you have the stuff to be able to counter out what they put down first, then just try to draw it out, like what I had this game. But if you don't have that, then you kind of have to take a chance and maybe try to go early and catch them off guard before they can get their stuff. But also too, just remember, like, how this deck works is, again, you stall your opponent. If you have the stuff to be able to stall your opponent out, we're burning through resources like crazy, so being able to stall out in RP Law with RP Law, you're gonna win. So like, that's the other thing. But yeah, biggest tips, just kind of mirror early what they do, and if you have the hand set up to be able to just react and counter whatever they put out, then just wait for them to put out stuff first and then go from there. But it just kind of depends. Again, same strat against Sakazuki, you have to put out, if you're putting characters on, you have to put down 2. Like that's kind of what it's all about there. Same thing, put down 2, and then it just turns into whoever can overwhelm the other person first and get out the most characters first, which is, yeah, how we won this one. But yeah, also too, prioritizing blowing up their character area, because again, if you're able to keep multiple guys out like we had, and you're able to exhaust all their characters, they're not gonna have the resources to rebuild that, no matter if they can get rid of your guys or not. Like, it's basically either once you blow up their field, they're gonna have like no cards in their hand, because we normally never do, and that's how we lose games, is that same situation just kind of flipped. So prioritizing blowing up their field, even if you're down, like, again, we were down on life, like, what was it, like 3-1 or something like that, and then took them all out. And same thing against the matchup against Sakazuki. Don't be afraid early, like going down to 2 life, because we just, you just need the cards. We just need cards to give us more options to be able to set things up. But yeah, this is how my current deck build, the law hats, the kind of fast rush gameplay, because it just fits my personal play style. But yeah, if you like playing similar to how I do, then I recommend a variation of this deck. You don't have to follow the exact things. Like, put it in whatever cards you like and what you're comfortable with. And again, the biggest thing with our deck is not necessarily what we're playing with. You just have to be able to play. You just have to know what you have to do to take away the person you're playing against, and you can make anything work. But you just have to put in the extra time to learn all the other decks, which is something I struggle with too. Like, don't worry about it. Like, takes me a while because overall I'm so new to this game. Like, I just got into everything with this OP5 set. Well, even though I have like earlier cards, like the first set that I'm actually getting involved with will be OP5. So all the early stuff I still need to learn, but game is super fun. I love it. It's my favorite card game ever by like a lot. It's just, I just love all the characters, all the different dynamics and everything. And yeah, wanted to give you guys a little breakdown of the mirror matchup and what to kind of do against yourself. It's tough because against RP Law, it's pretty much all chance of whoever gets the better draw, like opening hand. That's what it comes down to mostly against RP Law. Like, if you get a good hand and they don't, you're gonna win, and vice versa. If it's good matched up, then it just kind of comes down to the plays. But yeah, we came up on top and wanted to give you guys a breakdown. Figured to do that, and this will probably be the wrap up for me, at least for right now, on RP Law. Yeah, it's been super fun. Grinded the last couple weeks or so, like learning the ins and outs and trying to put together the best I can just to be able to compete. Like, if you're interested in not running any of the meta decks and you want to do something different, that's what I wanted to kind of do. But overall, my final kind of like thoughts on RP Law. Again, you can make any deck work. So whatever your play style is, whatever cards you like, don't like be turned off by clicking on my video and seeing a different build and be like thinking yours sucks, or like not liking my build. Like, again, you can make any variation of this deck work to your personal play style, the cards that you like. You just have to put in the time to learn your opponent and what to expect from them, and then you can pick them apart. But overall though, final thoughts, if you want to run this deck or not, I think just kind of depends on what your expectations and what you want to get. I think we're, again, just a couple cards away from being able to compete against like major events. Like, you can definitely, again, showing you can be any deck in this game, like straight up. It's cool, but it just lacks a little bit of the consistency for me, especially just against the top decks like Sakazuki. As you've seen, like, they get to draw so many more cards and stuff like that, so the chances of them being able to counter out of the stuff we do is so much higher, and that's the stuff that we're like lacking just a little bit. So overall, like, if you only care about, if you're trying to win like the world championship, I feel like this isn't the deck that's gonna be able to do that, unless you just are like Yugi Moto and you're just drawing hard of the cards to beat everybody. Because overall, the consistency just isn't there for me, like, to have the confidence of being able to win like however many rounds like you get into the tournament, being able to go however many without like dropping like any matches, and then getting to the final bracket and have to make a run. The chances of being able to put what you need together over and over and over again just isn't there for me, like, overall. However though, if you're just doing like local stuff or playing against friends, you can absolutely just torch any of those. Like, you can easily win those events. Like, any kind of local events you can put together, definitely win those against your friends. You can definitely beat them, put them in the blender. It's like pretty against like, yeah, local friend stuff. I'd say this is a perfect deck, especially because it's just cool. It's a cool mechanic to me personally. But if you're looking for any like super big stuff, unfortunately, just being able to see where we're at, and like especially when OP6 comes, the insane cards Sakazuki's getting that we're just straight up not getting sucks. And especially OP6, the distance we're gonna fall back from Sakazuki is gonna just widen, because they have some insane event cards coming for Sakazuki in the 6th set, which is wild. But if you're trying to like shock the world, this is I guess the time to do it, because once OP6 comes around, I don't think we'll be able to compete against Sakazuki that much. But right now, kind of your best shot if you're going for whatever. But yeah, I love RP Law overall, though, regardless of what I think, like kind of objectively. This is my favorite deck in the game, and my favorite just ability and playstyle by far that I've gotten to experiment with. And yeah, I've just super enjoyed learning the ins and outs, and putting together so many decks has been super fun to me too. Like I've got however many variants, I haven't counted, but being able to test just different things and see what works and what doesn't, and how I like what matches my playstyle has been super rewarding. And yeah, rambling on here for however long. Just want to get out all the kind of final thoughts of RP Law, as this sort of that the journey isn't over, but I definitely want to move on and learn some other decks just to benefit me in the future, being able to learn and play other decks. So hopefully in the future, when we get some more cards for Law and get to try out different variations, then I'll know the other decks better and then be able to beat them with RP Law. But yeah, final thoughts. Overall, it's a fantastic deck, and it just kind of comes down to you, whether you can, like, if you play great and you learn like your opponent's stuff, you can take the next step. You'll be a step above of just the deck regularly. It just kind of, it leaves a lot. This deck has a bigger margin that comes down on the responsibility of you, like sort of the person driving the deck. You can make the difference here, like overall, to being able to take the next step. But we're just missing just 1 to 2 like upgrades, 1 to 2 pieces to be able to just beat anybody at any time. And that's where hopefully we get that in the future. That'd be so sick if we do. I'd be I'd be so happy. But yeah, we're right there though. Again, if you play this deck, you learn how to play, you can compete against anybody, and we're literally just, I think, just one step down from like Sakazuki and ENEL. I feel pretty good against Purple Luffy regardless. I think we're on the same level as Purple Luffy, in my personal opinion. Just being able to, since I know how to beat that deck and I know how to beat the other decks, unfortunately just against Sakazuki and ENEL, there's just too big of that like margin of luck, where like Sakazuki can draw so many more cards, and then ENEL has like all the crazy like triggers and plus 2000s. So that's where those decks are just the step above RP Law, I think, right now. But against everyone else, I feel pretty good about, like, we can beat anyone else pretty consistently. It's just those two are the tough ones. And I think we do match up a little bit better against Sakazuki. And then against ENEL, I just personally don't like playing against ENEL. It's so frustrating to me. But yeah, I feel like we're right there. And yeah, you with this deck more than any other deck, you make the difference of making the decisions, which I think is cool. Because that's kind of, I mean, I've definitely won games by being able to make the outplays, but then I've awfully lost the games by making the misplays as well, which I kind of like, just being able to have that much more responsibility and be able to take the chances. But yeah, that'll do it. Overall, too, thank you guys so much for just the support on all my stuff. And through this little journey with RP Law, I'll always be RP Law gang for life. Unless they make Sabo good, because Sabo's my favorite character in One Piece. So they're the Three Brothers deck coming out. If that Sabo is good, I may have to, just because I love Sabo. He's my favorite. But if not, this is definitely my go-to deck, and will be for some time overall. Because, again, it's my favorite mechanic in the game. I just love how it plays and love how you have to think. It's so sick, and it's so satisfying for me overall. But yeah, thank you guys for jumping out all this, and yeah, this will wrap it up as well. And I appreciate all the support and all the comments, whether, and also too, yeah, being able to learn, because obviously, again, I'm still new overall and am missing stuff. So you guys being able to point out like other plays that I could have done and like how other cards and stuff work, I love that. It's sick, and it helps me learn overall, because regardless, I look at us all on the same team, so being able to get constructive criticism is not weird or anything for me at all, because overall we're all just trying to help RP Law win. So we're all on the same team, so being able to be just straight up open with each other in the comments, and whether out of the Discord and stuff too, I love that so much. And you guys have definitely helped me be able to make some tweaks to my own gameplay, to make my own like deck builds and being able to play the way I want, and just learning the cards overall better. So I appreciate everybody that has helped me out with that as well, and hope I've been able to help out any other new players that are interested in this too. And it's just been a fun journey so far, and we'll keep pushing, try out some new decks, and then in the future hopefully be able to return to Law here and be able to absolutely dominate. That's my goal, is hopefully in the future, once we get the upgrades we need, I want us to just dominate everything, take out Sakazuki players easily, and ENEL players. We're almost there. But yeah, I'm super excited. But yeah, overall, everybody just keep pushing, keep learning, just put in, get the reps in, learn the deck in and out, because it's so much fun. I love it, and thank you guys so much for everything. Alright, we're jumping in against our nemesis, so we'll see how this goes. I think I'm going to keep this just because we have 2 Zoros and can't do anything there, so we'll end out. But yeah, let's see how this deck fares against the worst of the worst ENEL players. Alright, I haven't seen someone use this Sanji. Okay, interesting. We got our Sanji, which is nice. So I'm going to, we'll probably play this one and see what happens here. Because again, if we get down to 2, then I can pop some Zoros out, and then we can try to wail on them quick and early. And so let me put on 1. We'll attack him 6 on 5. See if we get some early, a little chip damage maybe. Yeah, there we go. And then I'll deploy our Sanji, and we'll call it a day. And by day, I mean turn 2. But ideally, we want him to attack us here, which would be pretty cool. Get us down to 1, and then, alright. Or if he wants to hit us twice here, I'm fine with that. 5,000 on 5,000. So he did add up to 1 card at the top of your deck to your life. You may add up to 1 card from. Okay, interesting. So we'll take that. But then that next turn, alright, he's attacking us again. I'm okay with that. There we go. We're out of Gadatsu range. Huge. Now we gotta just go for it. Alright, okay, he does that. Okay, well, that's good. Honestly, he's got the event in here too, along with the Gadatsu and Yamato, so. Alright, so we have 5. I could do our man here, throw him down, and then we don't have to worry about any of the other stuff. We then could scoop Sanji as well and get Zora out. So I could attack 2, and then we can keep Otama for a potential counter there. Or I do 2 Zoros, we attack 3 times. Well, the best I could do is get him down to 1 on this turn, which is what stinks. So I think let's just do Kid, just because Kid could help us set up some stuff here. We're trying to make a long-term play. So let's just attack him straight up, see what he does. Alright, we get him down to 2. Okay, he gets that, which is not what I wanted for him to get in the life there. So I might need to scoop this and then blast this with Zoro. So drop that. Because yeah, he's gonna do put 2 on him. You may add the top or bottom card of your life to your hand. Add up to 1 card from the top of your deck to your life. So I don't want him cycling that stuff out. So it's a bit of an issue. Or we scoop this anyways and then get him to sack his blocker potentially with Zoro. So either way, probably the safer way. So let's do that. Or let's not do that. Let's just wait. Get rid of that. We can throw out, because we only have 2, right? So let's do our Bear Man. And let's do that. Because then next turn we can get this out for free. And we could play both of our Zoros next turn. And get rid of this. If I draw another character, if we can draw another character next turn, we could get 3 people out. Alright, let's just see what he does though. Because was he at 6? Alright, we might be able to cook something here. Trying to scheme. Problem is he's got 10 cards in his hand already. Absolutely crazy. He gets rid of that. Alright. We get rid of, so this and another Wimpy Hoshi. So attacking us 6 on 5. I'm okay with this just because it'll put us out of Yamato range for any sorts of shenanigans. Dang it, we got another one of these. Alright, well we got plenty of cost removal, which is cool. So I have 6, so I can still play both try to get him down. I could get him down maybe to 0 this turn. I'm trying to think what we should do. What's our best action? Because if I would have drawn just one more character there, it would have been perfect. I kind of want to save Sanji for the plus 2,000. I could just put some extra Don on our guys here. And then have the 3, then scoop, and then play the other Zoro anyways. Because where are we at? We're at 6. They're at 6. Oh, dang. Okay, to utilize that, then I need to wait. Well, let's deploy 1 Zoro. And then we're going to probably use our ability. So 1, 2, 3. Get that out of here. Get our other Zoro. So then we get the 4. So now let's throw do 7 and then cut some 6s here maybe. So we can get the little bonus. See what we can do. I'm gonna try to push the pace and go a little crazy. Try to get him down to 0 this turn. That would be nuts if we can do that. But we'll see. He takes a life. He's got 9 cards. That's like a ton of counters to be able to counter out of. But we're gonna make him work for it. Why not? Okay, so there's 1. I hit him again. It's like another one. That's actually crazy, dude. This is why NL is so tough. Like, we got like a good setup, but like they have all these cards that are just 2,000, which is nuts. But I'm gonna attack with the Kid as well. It's because next turn his options really are only like Katakuri. So he gets the 1. So he's got 7. Yeah, why not? 6 and 5. Even if he doesn't take the life, we can at least burn something maybe. Okay, we burned 2 of those. That's what I hate playing NL so much. Like, look at our character. He's got that, and like I'm still got a chance to lose just because the ability, like the life abilities. It's crazy. It's so hard. But we'll see what he does. The 8, that's like Katakuri. That's our biggest issue here. Dang, if I could just got like if we could just draw a good character, we got a chance. But luckily though, no matter what he plays, he can't attack us, so I can get rid of whatever. So 8 on 6. Probably not. I probably can't let that happen. We gotta keep our boy alive. Drawing more cards. Insane. Alright. We gotta go for it all this next turn though, I think. Please give us like Rush Luffy. Please, 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 please. Okay. I mean, still good. But if we could have got a rush there, that would have been nuts. Alright. So I have 7. I could attack. Put 1 on him. It's a 6. 2, 4. So we got multiple 7,000 attacks right here. Like, if he's countering out of this, I'm going to be... That'll be crazy. Actually. Wow. All right. 7 again. Okay. We have... He got something. He got something, didn't he? He got something silly. That's a bit annoying, yeah? Okay. So 7 on 5 again. Alright. And then, man, of course he gets that out of his life. We would have... I feel like we probably would have won right there, yeah? Alright, so we'll attack him 6 on 5. Oh my goodness, of course. Of course. Well, that's all we can do. Dang it. Not what I wanted at all. But we'll see. We're doing good because we're gonna have full Don, so we'll see. Let's see what he plays. If he refills his life, that's gonna be so annoying because then we have to go through this cycle again. He gets a search. Oh man, he's gonna get something stinky. All right, never mind. He didn't get it. Let's go. All right. Well, there we go. I'm getting this NL thing down, at least for people that don't know our strat, but